We're catching up with CCP Games here at E3 and Sigurdor, who's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on behind us, EVR. What are people experiencing here?
So this is a proof of concept game we made in 7 weeks just to try virtuality and how that would apply to the EVE universe. In this game you actually sit in the cockpit of a fighter spacecraft, and it's multiplayer. We have 2 teams. Currently we have 3 versus 3 people right here, and you sit in the cockpit, you fly out, you have 2 weapons, you have lasers and you have a missile system that you use your head to aim, block the other players and the missile fire off. And it's a pretty fun and like an arcade experience.
So what was Oculus Rift to work with? How was that? How is it to work with?
Really easy. Like integrating the whole thing, and we got like an SDK from them to integrate into our code. We literally did that in a single evening, got that working, and things move fast. It's really easy to use.
So I guess with the proof of concept, you never know where it's heading, but do you feel that you've proven the concept?
I really hope so. At least we're getting really positive reactions, and people want this. But since this is a new thing, virtual reality is finally coming to the point that it's actually really good. And when you use it, you have this very wide field of view, which you didn't have with older kids. And also just looking around is really responsive. It feels really good. So we're finally at the point that consumers can get this soon. And I think we have a market to do these kind of games.
So how would this kind of thing fit into the sort of the existing EVE universe, if you will? Do you have an idea for that?
We have some ideas, yes, but we haven't really decided anything yet. But if you look at the EVE universe, it's like this giant virtual universe, and we currently have 2 games. We have EVE Online and we have Dust 514. Dust is on the planets, EVE is in space. So we kind of like find a niche shape for this one where it should fit in as the 3rd game, maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
But the idea, of course, for CCP Games is to connect things, right?
Yes.
That's sort of your speciality, right?
Of course. If we do this, it would of course have to be a part of EVE in some way. Yeah.
And you mentioned what people are playing here. They're using the Xbox control. What kind of is it? It's a PC proof of concept?
Yeah, this is a PC game. The main reason we use the Xbox controllers is because they're easy to pick up. People are familiar with them, they know them, so it was a logical choice for a quick demo.
What is it like to experience the beauty of the EVE universe through virtual reality? Because I mean, the space is just such a beautiful place in this game. How would you describe? I mean, maybe it's hard to put words on it, but.
Well, it's very interesting because if you have the goggles on you, your sense of depth and sense of scale is like completely nothing like you've experienced before. So things feel really big, and when you get up close to things, you actually feel it, and you like you can feel that this thing is 10 meters big if it's right in front of you and all of that. So that's actually very nice, and it gives you a different perspective on things.
Was there something that surprised you when you were sort of making this proof of concept about this thing that we used to do on a regular PC screen just doesn't work in virtual reality, or the opposite, where something really works that perhaps you wouldn't do otherwise?
Well, for example, the missile system I mentioned earlier. That's one thing we are looking at, how could we adapt that to like non-VR, because you have to look around with your head and get a lock. If you have a joystick, you might be able to use one of them for that. And we had to redo and do user interface in a completely different way. So if you do like normal games, it's generally very flat, in the corners or the edges of the screen and stuff like that. It doesn't really work in virtual reality. So those are the kind of challenges going back and forth.
Right. Yeah. So obviously you're getting feedback every day here, every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whenever people are done with their demo. What's the word? What has the word been?
People love it. I actually haven't seen a single negative reaction. We have had I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 people who feel a bit dizzy after the experience, because you're rolling around and you feel like you're there, so it sometimes becomes a bit too real. But everyone just loves it and people are blown away. So
I guess the next thing would be like one of those 360 hydraulic things where you actually spin around as well.
Well, that's actually very interesting because, one of the challenges with VR is your brain sees movement but doesn't feel it. So if you can somehow make the body feel the movement as well, that would be really, really cool. Yeah.
in the future, perhaps. Thanks a lot for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.